There is a small organ sitting right behind your breastbone. It is called the thymus. Most doctors stopped thinking about it decades ago. One immunologist wrote in the New England Journal of Medicine that he rarely considers the thymus in adults. Medicine decided it shuts down after puberty. That assumption turned out to be spectacularly wrong. The thymus is a small, flat organ behind your breastbone. In a child, it is roughly the size of a deck of cards. Its job is to train T cells. T cells are the immune cells that recognize and kill threats. Raw immune cells enter the thymus from your bone marrow. Inside, they learn what belongs to your body. They also learn what does not belong. The cells that pass graduate into your bloodstream. The cells that fail get destroyed. That destruction prevents them from attacking your own tissue. Here is the thing medicine fixated on. The thymus starts shrinking from the day you are born. It loses about 3% of its working tissue every year. By puberty, fat has already started replacing the active tissue. By 40, most of it looks like a lump of fat on a scan. By 70, less than 10% of its functional tissue remains. Textbooks concluded it was irrelevant in adults. A shrinking organ, they assumed, is a dying organ. Then, researchers did something no one had tried. They actually checked whether thymus health mattered. They analyzed over 27,000 CT scans using an AI model. Then, they tracked what happened to those patients. People with healthier thymuses had half the risk of dying. Half! Cardiovascular death specifically dropped by 63%. This was not a marginal signal. The organ everyone had written off was predicting who lived and who died. At Massachusetts General Hospital, surgeons routinely removed the thymus during heart surgery. It was in the way. They considered it useless. Over the years, 1,420 adults had their thymus taken out. Researchers later compared those patients to matched controls. Within 5 years, the people without a thymus had double the death rate. Their cancer rate also doubled. Removing a supposedly useless organ turned out to be catastrophic. Even that tiny sliver of tissue left at age 70 is still working. The thymus keeps producing new T cells throughout your life. Fewer each year, but never zero. Those T cells hunt cancerous cells before they become tumors. They also clear out senescent zombie cells that speed up aging. In a study of 3,476 cancer patients, those with more intact thymus tissue responded far better to immunotherapy. This held true independent of every other biomarker. The organ was not dead. It was just being ignored. Here is the kicker. A controlled trial at Yale studied healthy adults. They cut just 14% of their daily calories for 2 years. That is roughly skipping 1 muffin a day. At the end, imaging showed they had regrown functional thymus tissue. The lead researcher called the result stunning. He said there is very little evidence of that happening in humans. Their T cell output improved. Their biological aging markers shifted younger. A small, sustainable change reversed something medicine assumed was permanent. The thymus is not a vestigial organ that fades away. It is an aging clock. As it shrinks, your immune surveillance weakens. Cancer risk rises. Infections hit harder. Chronic inflammation builds. The rate of thymus decline may be one of the best predictors of how you age. And unlike most clocks, this one does not just tick down. It can be wound back. You have a small organ behind your breastbone. Your doctor probably has not thought about it since med school. It has been quietly keeping you alive your whole life. And now you know it is there.